Let's have a discussion on whether vaccination should be made compulsory. Life is full of uncertainties. You never know when you may get drowned in a pool, electrocuted, or have your whole house burnt down. These cases are unpreventable, unpredictable, and unimaginable. But there is one thing you can prevent, that is some diseases through vaccinations. At the international scene, different countries have their own vaccination policies to protect its citizens from diseases. Countries like US and Singapore have made childhood vaccination compulsory. Countries like Australia provide financial incentives to encourage vaccination. As more and more countries like UK are looking towards making vaccination compulsory, due to possible health risks, it has become a controversial issue. Let us take a look at how vaccinations came about, which resulted in many diseases that are hardly heard of these days, such as measles, mumps and rubella, pertussis, diphtheria, and smallpox. These diseases would mean an immediate death sentence in the past due to the absence of cure. A breakthrough in medical research came about when a Dr. Edward Jenner observed that milkmaids who got infected with a milder form of disease, cowpox, were not infected with smallpox. A series of experiments led to the discovery of vaccination. Vaccines involve the injection of a weakened or dead form of a virus into the body. They offer big protection in small packages by allowing the body to generate and accumulate antibodies, which serve as a practice run before the body is exposed to real-world diseases. Future disease onset is thus prevented. Parents may choose to believe the first myth that vaccines cause harmful side effects. Side effects may range from mild to adverse and even death in worst-case scenarios. However, one should be aware that the side effects of vaccines come in the form of the perceived and the actual. Perceived side effects could be due to false reports by unethical societies who distort experimental procedures to show the link between MMR vaccine and autism. This link could also be flawed due to the increase in awareness of autism. An actual case of side effect is the link between 2009 swine flu vaccine and narcolepsy. However, this was an isolated case as the immense pressure on companies to develop a vaccine by the World Health Authorities has compromised the safety of vaccines. A typical vaccine manufacture process is complicated, which takes about 5 to 6 months. Parents may also choose to believe the second myth, that a phenomenon of vaccine overload may occur on their children. A reluctant mom brings his son for his routine vaccination. The extent of disease transmission has been aggravated with the prevalence of international air travel. Vaccines are hence important to protect both the individual and the community. An individual who is immune to the disease can resist attack from foreign pathogens. However, there are people who can't be immune to disease, like cancer patients and transplant recipients, or that the vaccine may be too weak to be effective. Individual vaccination is not enough. An anti-vaccine campaign in England caused a drop in the MMR vaccine coverage, resulting in the first outbreak and first measles-related death in 10 years. Herd immunity is a status achieved when a community is able to resist the spread of a disease due to the majority of the population being vaccinated. Mass vaccination can prevent epidemics and ultimately eradicate disease, the successfulness of which can be seen in the global eradication of smallpox as well as the potential global eradication of polio. Constantly bothered with rising healthcare costs, the only solution is not to fall sick. How? By investing in vaccination, which is much cheaper. You can save yourself from having to pay hefty medical treatments. By ensuring health of individuals, resources like time and effort can be channeled to educating the young such that they can become more productive workers at adulthood and get out the cycle of poverty, especially in the developing countries. Let's have a summary on why vaccination should be made compulsory. Despite the presence of side effects, it can be reduced with the regulation of the manufacturing processes. Hence, such fears are overrated. Vaccination is important for the individual and more importantly the society, as we need to protect vulnerable population who can't be vaccinated with medically valid reasons. Vaccination is cost-effective for both the individual and country, as resources can be diverted to educating the young to increase productivity at adulthood.